Yo guys, how's it going? My name's Phil. I am a photojournalist, photographer, video editor, transit user, and city lover. And today we're going to talk about the Red Line. Way back in 2001, the head honchos here in Maryland tasked themselves with creating what became known as the Baltimore Region Rail System Plan. This is the very early 2000s map that they made for it. And in 2009, this guy approved an offshoot of one of the alternatives for the Red Line on this map, getting the ball rolling on what was set to be a transformative project for the region. At $2.2 billion, it was slated to become the most expensive infrastructure project in Maryland history. Well, okay, maybe not the most expensive in terms of like actual monetary value, but in terms of making people see, hear, and smell all the grossness of the project. Well, anyway, it was slated to be not cheap and would have dug a tunnel under Baltimore City's downtown. Then, in June 2011, the federal government approved Maryland's request for tons of money and released funds necessary to begin what's called preliminary engineering. That all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Sorry, that was stupid. I always wanted to do that. Anyway, Marylanders' decision in 2014 to elect this guy would unfortunately undo nearly 15 years of transit planning and progress on trying to get the Red Line built because
the Red Line, as currently designed, is not going to be built.
Okay, let's just make an observation about Baltimore City for a second. In the 2010 census, Baltimore City was just about 64% black. The Red Line project would have gone through neighborhoods in Western Baltimore County, Western Baltimore City that were and are decidedly black. It was also slated to go through and serve Baltimore City's Latin American enclave of neighborhoods in the southeast. Not only that, but it would have also served white people in downtown Fells Point, Canton, and the mostly working class areas of Highlandtown. Ironically, Hogan killed a transportation project that would have directly benefited most of the people that helped him win the 2014 election in Baltimore City. But it's not like a politician, particularly somebody who was, I don't know, a former governor and somebody currently running for US Senate would, completely leave Baltimore City out of his future infrastructure plans, right?
Mayor Rawlings Blake took note of a map the governor produced and the absence of Baltimore City on it.
The map was about investments and transportation.
Okay, but it wouldn't be like, very governorly of somebody who, I will emphasize, is running for the United States Senate to, I don't know, say, allow a concurring light rail project going through areas he once ran a profitable real estate company in to continue in a much richer area of the state while simultaneously canceling the one that would have invested billions in Maryland's biggest city, right? All right, so we've determined that Larry Hogan, current Republican running for U.S. Senate Larry Hogan, took the rug right out from underneath the Red Line in Baltimore, slashed the funding for the Purple Line in the suburbs around D.C. while allowing it to continue construction, and then used billions, quote unquote, saved to fix roads and bridges on state highways that, just so happened to lead to real estate ventures that he had a stake in while in office. There's got to be a better ending to this story, right? Actually, there could be. You see, Hogan canceled the Red Line itself, but you need far more than just the okay of a single executive to get a project done. You need the cooperation of other projects being built along the way. This is the Edmondson Avenue Bridge in West Baltimore. It was slated to be replaced as part of the Red Line project, but it went ahead and was replaced anyway after the Red Line was killed by Hogan. So when they rebuilt the bridge, they did what's called future-proofing. Basically, the Red Line was supposed to go across this bridge, but trains are much heavier than cars and trucks, and so they require a lot more support. That's why the designers of this bridge made sure that they included a steel spur that would have allowed the Red Line to be revived at some point in the future, hence future-proofing. It was basically the designer, the planner, and the architect's way of saying, you to Governor Hogan. But that's not all. In 2022, Marylanders elected this guy. And a year later, he announced that the Red Line would be revived. Not only that, he announced that, in fact, it would be light rail, like the original plan intended. And while the merits of a tunnel through downtown Baltimore City are still being hashed out, it still is a very bright future for not just the Red Line, but for transportation all over the Baltimore region. Motherfucker!